One of the most challenging questions in the field of theology is the question about the suffering and evil that exists in the world, especially in situations and periods when bitter events occur. The question that occupies minds most is this: if God is all-knowing and all-powerful, then why does evil exist in the world? Why do pain and suffering, misfortune, illness, death, and such bitter things that God's creatures endure exist? In books and theological and philosophical discussions, multiple answers have been given to this question. Although these answers may have calmed the mind and heart of those who proposed them, they do not really reduce anything from the pain and suffering of those who endure these misfortunes and these evils. To answer this question, the first point we must consider is that pain and suffering are not always bad things. We ourselves often in life voluntarily seek pains and sufferings to reach greater good and goodness. For example, someone who undergoes surgery or endures the difficulty of heavy exercise or accepts shortcomings to reach great successes or health and obtain better results does not consider these pains and sufferings as bad, but considers them as the prelude to a greater good, and from this aspect consents to those difficulties. Therefore, pain and suffering are not always and everywhere bad things, but here a more important question arises, and that is that such talk about ordinary beings is acceptable and that we consider many pains and sufferings justifiable because we are compelled to endure them to reach greater things. But this argument is not convincing regarding God. Wasn't it so that you claimed that God is omniscient and omnipotent? If God can do anything and knows everything, then why didn't he create the world in a way that reaching goodness would not require pain and suffering? Why did he design the world in a way that some people must endure so much hardship and bitterness to perhaps reach a result or not reach it? To understand the answer to this question, it is necessary to recall again the important point that we emphasized from the beginning of these discussions, and that is that in our beliefs we must rely on what we know and what is certain and remain silent about things we don't know and about which we have no information from all sides, and try to be content with what we know. Now, in the subject of knowing God, with clear, definitive, and certain arguments, we have reached this conclusion that existence relies on an infinite and self-sufficient reality that possesses all good characteristics in an absolute way, and since it has all goodness, including knowledge and power and mercy, it can be the support of existence. This is what we were certain of. Now, alongside this certainty, we are faced with a question and ambiguity. Why did this absolute reality, being all-knowing and all-powerful, not create the world in a way that suffering and evil would not exist in it? Yes, here there are indeed serious ambiguities. But when we know that he is all-knowing and wise and all-powerful and can create the world in a way that there would be no pain and suffering in it, then this possibility exists, that he created the world in this way because of some wisdom. For example, this possibility exists that he considered infinite goodness that cannot be reached except through enduring hardships and the existence of contradictions and sufferings and evils. Just the existence of such a possibility is sufficient for us to rely on our same certainty and remain silent about what we don't know and leave it to him.